In this particular video we will be solving the remaining question, that is question number 13, 14 and 15. In the earlier session we have solved up to the question number 12 and we will be particularly dealing with question number 13, 14 and 15 in this session. So the question number 13, 14 and 15 is derived from the statement that is given by which consists two function p of t and q of t. So p of t is given by tq minus 27 divided by t minus 327 and in form of some other function as well as q of t. So basically in question number 13, 14 and 15 we have to check whether it is continuous or not, and in the other two questions we have to find best linear approximation. So before proceeding to question number 13 we have to deal with the continuity of both the function p of t and q of t. So we will check whether p of t or q of t is continuous or not. So first we will deal with p of t. So p of t is equal to tq minus 27 divided by t minus 3 when t belongs to 0 to 3. 3 is not included. So we will find limit when t tends to 3 minus. So it is basically t minus 3 t square plus 9 plus 3t divided by t minus 3. So t minus 3 and t minus 3 from both numerator and denominator will vanish, which will finally give 9 plus 9 plus 9, which is equal to 27. So it gives 27 when p of t, where t is equal to 3, it gives 27, and we have to compute limit when t tends to 3 plus of e to raise 27t minus e to raise 81 divided by e to raise 81 into t minus 3. So we will divide e to raise 81. So it will be e to raise 27t minus 81 minus 1 divided by t minus 3. So it is basically e to raise 27t minus 81 minus 1. So we will multiply denominator by 27. It will be 27t minus 81, and in the numerator we will multiply it by 27. So this whole term will give 1. So it is also equal to 27. So p of t is continuous at t is equal to 3. Similarly we have to check whether q of t is continuous or not. So we will compute limit t tends to 2 minus 5t minus 9, the whole range 1 divided by t minus 2. Since when t approaches 2, it will be in the form of 1 to raise infinite. So we can write this function as 1 plus 5t minus 10, the whole range 1 divided by t minus 2. So it is in the form of 1 plus f of x, the whole raise g of x. So its limit is e to raise f of x g of x, and we will compute limit at that particular point. Okay, so it will be equal to e to raise 5t minus 10 divided by t minus 2, and here limit t tends to 2 minus. So it will be equal to t to raise 5t minus 2 t minus 2. So it will balance each other. So it gives e to raise 5. At t is equal to 2, it is equal to e to raise 4. and we have to compute limit when t approaches 2 plus, or from here we can also conclude that q of t is not continuous, because when t tends to 2 minus, it is equal to e to raise 5, and at t is equal to 2 it is e to raise 4. Similarly, we can find what will the limit when t tends to 2 plus. For our practice only, we can conclude that q of t is not continuous by solving only one equation, only one function, or only one limit. So for our practice, we should also find what will the limit when t tends to 2 plus. Okay, so we should take e to raise 4 outside here, so it will be e to raise t minus 2 minus 1 divided by t minus 2. So this whole term will give 1, so it is equal to e to raise 4. So when t tends to 2 minus, it is e to raise 5. When t is equal to 2, it is e to raise 4. When t is equal to 2 plus, it is e to raise 4. So q of t is not continuous, whereas p of t is continuous. So based on this understanding, we will solve question number 13. So the question number 13 says both the function p of t and q of t are continuous. This statement is incorrect. P of t is continuous, q of t is not continuous. So p of t is continuous, q of t is not. This is correct. Q of t is continuous. This is incorrect. Neither p of t. This is also incorrect. So only one statement is correct. So the question number 14, state L of p is equal to L at plus b, and it denotes the base linear approximation of the function p of t at t is equal to 1. So when t is equal to 1, this function particularly deal with p of t. So we have to find the value of 2a plus b. So the base linear approximation is given by f of a plus f dash at that point times x minus a. Okay, in this particular it is t, so we will be dealing with t. So earlier we have solved this particular function which gives t square plus 9 plus 3t. So we will compute p of 1, so it will be equal to 1 plus 9 plus 3, which is equal to 13, and its derivative will be p dash of t will be equal to 2t plus 3, and p dash of 1 will be equal to 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So now we can write the base linear approximation, which will be equal to 13 plus 5 times t minus 1. So it will be equal to 5t minus 5 plus 13. So it will be equal to 5t plus 8, and it is equal to 80 plus b. So b is equal to 8, a is equal to 5. So we have to find 2a plus b. So it will be 10 plus 8, which will be equal to 18. So this is the end of question number 14. In question number 15, we have to find the value of a plus b plus c based on the base linear approximation and its coefficient are a, b, c. So we will do the same process that we have done in the question number 14. So when t is equal to 3, this particular function deals with q of t, which were equal to e to raise 4, e to the t minus 2 minus 1 divided by t minus 2. So we will first find cube of 3, which will be equal to e to the 4, e to the 1 minus 1 divided by 1. So it will be equal to e to the 5 minus e to the 4. So now q dash of t will be equal to e to the 4 t minus 2 e to the t minus 2. Now multiplied by e to the 4 e to the t minus 2 minus 1 times differentiation of this one, which will be equal to 1 divided by t minus 2 whole square. Now substitute t is equal to 3, so it will be equal to e to the 4 times 1, it will give e, so it is minus here, minus e to the 4 times e minus 1 divided by 2 minus 3 minus 2, which will give 1, so it is e to the 5 minus e to the 5 plus e to the 4 divided by 1, so it is equal to e to the 4. So now we can write the base linear approximation. So the base linear approximation will be equal to e to the 5 minus e to the 4 plus e to the 4 into t minus 3. So it is given that it is equal to e to the 4 times at plus b plus c times e to the 5. Okay, so from here we can conclude that c is equal to 1 and a is also equal to 1, and there are two terms for e to the 4. First it will give minus 3 times e to the 4 and minus e to the 4, so finally it gave minus 4 times e to the 4. So from here a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4, c is equal to 1. So a plus b plus c will give minus 2.